Hey lovers, Anthea Spark here, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of boundaries and also how to put boundaries in place in an existing relationship. So if you've been in a relationship for a while, what you may have noticed is there may be some things coming up for you that maybe you ignore in your relationship because you don't know how to deal with it. So your partner may be behaving in ways that make you feel uncomfortable or you don't actually know how to deal with. And so it's really important to have boundaries in place because they actually teach people how we want to be treated. Yeah. And so if we go into relationships with an open heart and no boundaries, we're not actually explaining to our partner how it is we want to be treated. And so it's really important that if we want to be treated in a certain way, we actually have to ask for it. And that can be really hard if you've never done that before. And it's also hard on the other person because if you don't tell them how you want to be treated, they don't know. And so they just go by what they've they've grown up knowing, right? So I want to give you an example of how you can put a boundary in place in a relationship. Now, most people think that boundaries have to be confrontational and you have to be aggressive in your approach, and it's really quite the opposite. Now, setting a boundary can actually be a really empowering process, and it can actually create a deep intimacy within your relationship. So I want to give you an example. So let's say your partner comes home from work and is always in a bad mood, and perhaps they speak to you in an aggressive way, and it's happened time and time again, and you've just let it slide because you don't actually know how to deal with it, and then after a bit of time they get over it. So a boundary to put in place there would be asking a simple question. Now, a simple question being asked in a kind and gentle way can set a powerful boundary. So you can say, hey, honey, I'm just curious because I've noticed when you come home from work that you seem agitated or angry and you speak to me in an aggressive way. Now, I'm just wondering why it is that you do that or why it is that you're angry when you come home, right? Now, what you've just done is you've just brought something to their attention, right? So you've set a boundary, you've brought something to their attention, and you've also stated in that boundary that if they're going to come home and speak to you poorly, you're actually going to pull them up on it. Yes, it's a really powerful boundary to put in place. Now, they may not be aware that they come home in a bad mood. It may be something that's unconsciously happening. So when they come home, they're in a bad mood and they don't necessarily realize that they've snapped at you or spoken to you badly or that they're being aggressive. So what will happen is if you approach them in this calm and gentle way, even if you don't say the second part, even if you just say the first part and you say, hey, honey, I've noticed when you come home, you're not your usual self, like you seem agitated and angry, what's going on for you? Even if you just say that, what you're doing is you're bringing something to their attention. You're making them more conscious of their behavior when they've come home. And what you've done is you've actually shown concern and you're saying, hey, what's going on for you? What's actually happening for you in this moment? And if they respond in a great way, if they respond in an open way, well, then that creates a moment for you to become more intimate in your relationship because you've invited them to share with you what's going on for them. So I hope that this video has helped. A simple question is a powerful boundary. And so if it has helped, please comment below. And if you found this video useful, let me know and I will do more.